Hello grown-ups, thank you for being here. I thought to make this video for you in order to talk through some important points to clarify what Epic is and other things. If you're familiar already with Epic, welcome. There is nothing that is majorly different than what you already know, but there are some updates, so please stick around. If you are new to Epic, I'm sure you'll love this Epic as much as the kiddos do and I do. I'm going to discuss 5 things today. What is Epic? How can my child join? How can my child access it? Log in basically. How long does my child spend on Epic at school? And what is the tracker, which is the new addition for this year? Okay. Epic basically is a free online library. It has over 40,000 books that kids can access everywhere, anytime, not really. I'll talk about that more later. But they can access it wherever they want, whenever they want, and it is free for them to use as long as a teacher invites them. So what happens every year, I invite my students to have this free access. They have unlimited, or over 40,000 as they claim, over 40,000 titles of books that will allow them to investigate, read through, discover what fiction, nonfiction, poem, math, art, different kind of books. I'll show you some examples here. And they can read however they want. It is mainly used for pleasure, to encourage students to read for pleasure, to improve their love of reading. But I use it more on an academic level, and I'll explain to you how in a minute as well. So when you open Epic, or when your kiddo opens Epic, the interface will look like this. If your kiddo is grade 1, it will show first grade. If it doesn't show first grade or second grade and you want a specific age for them, I will show you how to do that in a minute. Usually it shows recommended books. First of all, it shows what the books that your kiddo has been reading and haven't finished. If they don't have that yet, because it's a new account, they're going to show different recommended books. But usually it shows them what books are supposed to be finished if they are not finished, recommended books that are similar to the taste of your kiddo and what they have been reading so far, and some of other kind of books that are, as you see, Epic Original and other kinds of books. Now, in the FNP, these are our reading levels, and your kiddo have already learned some of them, and the new ones will learn how to evaluate and access their reading level. Basically, the goal with me in this app, by using this app, is for the kid to be aware of their English level and to work on improving it. Because let's say I am a child in grade 1, I love reading about football, and I can find football picture book, which is great, temporarily, because the idea is we need to improve English. We don't need to improve visionary or imagery or whatever. It's not only purely for pleasure, but I have a hidden purpose, which is to improve their academic level as well. I'll show you the tracker. This tracker is already placed in the classrooms, and the kids make sure to check the book level before they choose a book on their own. Give me a minute. Okay, so in order for my kiddos to know that they have picked the right book completely on their own, I introduced to them this level gradient by Fontes and Pinnell. You can read about it a little bit more in order to find out the logic or the system behind it. Basically, I tell my kiddos, if you're in kindergarten, you are allowed to read from A to D. You can go to higher, but if you go to higher and it's too difficult for you, you won't be able to understand anything. So basically, the target is for the kiddos to be able to read their own level first, or to go one level below or one level higher if they are in grade 1, let's say. So my grade 1 kiddos last year, they knew that they have these levels available for them. As the letters go more into the alphabet, they grow harder and harder, whether it is vocabulary, whether the number of words, whether the context behind the story, and so on and so forth. So I told them, you are allowed to go to one level lower, one level harder if you want to try, but you cannot be in grade 1 and read level A or ungraded level. Sometimes there are books that are without any levels, which is fine, but it depends on the book, because sometimes it can be very hard or sometimes it can be very low. But basically, more or less, this is the tracker that we use in class, and the kids are able to recognize their level and put themselves in the right level at first, and then grow higher and higher. So whenever I want for my kiddo to choose a level, they can come here directly and pick the average level that they want. So for grade 1 is this one, grade 2 is this one, grade 3 is this one, and so on and so forth. If you want based on level, you can come from here, or you can search by age or quiz or other type of filters from the search bar, and I'll show you in a minute. So anything that is between E to I, they are suitable for grade 1. So I'm going to show you this book, for example. As you can see here, it is level E. Whoops. Level E. And the age is between 3 and 7. Not necessarily the age applied to us, because some of the kiddos, even if they're 8 and they don't speak English, the level is what matters. This book has a quiz at the end, which is great, because after they have read the book, they can go through the quiz. Okay, this book, the advantage of it also is that it is a read to me kind of book. What does that mean? Have a look.
The Sad, Sad Monster by Dolores Costello. This is a story about a monster. A very good monster.
Now, the advantage of these kind of books, the read to me, is that it allows the kids to listen to the words, see the words as they are going by, and it will give them a little bit more confidence into recognizing words later on. I have lots of my non-native speakers that are from other countries. They were able to develop their language completely on their own using this method, by listening to the story as they are reading the story at the same time. So it's not completely an audiobook, but it's an audio and reading. This is why one of the most important things that I required this year was headphones. So whenever the kid is reading a book this way, they're not disturbing the entire class. All right. If you want books completely in that form, you come to Read to Me. When you see Read to Me, let me move my face there. All the books that are here and they have the green button basically do the same thing, no matter what kind of book. If it's a comic book, if it's a fiction, if it's non-fiction, if it's a documentary kind of book. For example, this book is about Serena Williams' life. It's a biography, sorry. So if you are going to click on the play button, it will start reading
Serena Williams
from the book.
With more than 20 Grand Slams and 4 Olympic.
Okay. Another advantage inside almost all the books, almost, I'm not saying all of them, because some of them we were not able to see the words, but something like this, if you can see, if I hover my mouse on it, the words are popping up. Basically, this is telling me that they are clickable. So if I click on the word, my computer is freezing. Okay. It will show me the word, it will show me what kind of word, and it will give me some definitions and examples as well. Some of them even have audio
Grand.
Like that.
Grand.
If they don't know what the word is, they can listen to it, repeat it, see what kind of word it is, see some definitions, and see the noun and also some example sentences. So that's a great advantage. Basically, Epic has a built-in digital dictionary in a sense. All Read to Me books in this section have that ability. Doesn't matter, as I said. For example, let's see this dragon one. If you can see, this is just a fiction book. Let's see if I can find something arts and crafts, DIY. So if I click the play button.
Technology. Wood chips are mixed with water and chemicals. This makes pulp.
And if I come and click on pulp, hopefully this word will be there. It's not a guaranteed in all the books. I don't know.
Pulp.
I don't know based on what it is. Some words have definitions and some words don't, but it is available. So the kids should learn how to click on the word in order to see They will learn that with me, but if you want to read with them at home, you can do the same. All right. Next thing that Epic provides also is videos. This includes lots and lots of different educational videos. Some of them are DIY, some of them about animals. Anything you want to learn or find out about, you will find different videos about here. Also, which I've also taught my kiddos last year, and I will teach my new kiddos this year, audiobooks. I tend to play an audiobook if they are doing some kind of an art and craft activity, in order to have something, either music, we'll either put music, or we will put an audiobook. And as you can see, audiobooks are not long, and I described to them I explained to them at the beginning what an audiobook is and what are the advantages of them. As much as they are exposed to the language, they will be able to learn it easier. Okay. Now, this is basically it. As the kiddo reads more books, watch more videos, go through lots of different things, they are able to evolve in the built-in Epic tracker. So Epic has a tracker that shows how much the kiddo has developed. Let's say they read for half an hour, they will write for them, congratulations, you read half an hour. If they read a amount of books, let's say 50 books, Epic announced the kid that congratulations, you've received 50 books. You received a special sticker. Oh, and Epic gives stickers. Each kiddo profile, I cannot show you that because I don't have a student's profile and it's the weekend now. But each kiddo's profile has a page that collects stickers in them. If they are reading a sequence of books, let's say about bats, if they read all 5 books, they get a special sticker. If they read 20 books, they get another special sticker. So the whole idea is that it builds in kind of intrinsic motivation by first giving them some extrinsic motivation, which is the stickers. They give stickers to the kiddo, and the kiddo will feel, oh, I need to read more. So they start to self-motivate themselves. Epic is a genius platform if is used correctly. Okay, if I want to dig in more, not whatever is in front of me here, what I can do is come to Explore and go through all these sections here. For example, if it's just for English language arts, I can go to fairy tales, figurative language, listen and read along, poetry, lots of different things. Science, social emotional learning, social studies, or I can just click here and it will give me lots of different other features. For example, I want to learn about dinosaurs, come here, and it will give me all the different books that Epic has and videos about dinosaurs. Well, I say all, but it doesn't show that it's all. So I need to click more. So it will show me only the books, so it shows here only the books. If I click here, only the videos, only read to me, only audio, and collections. These collections are usually made by teachers or by Epic, which basically groups specific number of books or specific titles or specific sequences like that in one place. These are collections or libraries. I always send libraries to my kiddos whenever we are reading about a certain thing. So let's say I want to read a book about dinosaurs. My kid is 8 years old, so I choose the age, and the reading level is A to D. It can be tricky, you see, because if my kid is 8-year-old, that means he's in almost grade 2 or 3, but their reading level is very low. This is not going to be possible. So you choose either the age or the reading level. So I'm not going to put the age, I'll put the reading level. So A to D, they don't have any books about dinosaurs. Let's make it E to I. So that means grade 1. Maybe it is easy. Easy enough. Yeah, easy enough for the kiddo to understand. So let me see this one. I think it can be easy for kindergarten. It depends on the level of the kid. Now, something happened when I clicked this book. This is a new update, especially for the parents from last year. Epic has some kind of limitations. So the kiddos have free accounts free use from 7 o'clock in the morning until 3 p.m. or 3 in the afternoon. It used to be until 4 in the afternoon, but they made it into 3. That was up until last year. This year, remember, it is a platform that they want to also make money out of. And even though I'm an ambassador, I don't get paid for it. But the idea is I promote it in a sense that my kiddos can take advantage of, but they can also maybe use it in a more elaborate way. I'll tell you what I mean. So, Epic stops being free by 3 p.m. Okay? These kind of books also, some of them are limited. So even me as a teacher, I don't have access to that. Even me as an ambassador, I don't have access to that because they want to make their money from it. It's understandable. It's a business after all. So if you want your kiddo to read certain books, or if you want your kiddo to read after 3 o'clock or at the weekend, there are subscriptions that you can get for your kiddo. The advantage is, me being the teacher, I can give you a discount. You don't have to do that. But if you want to do that, I can give you a discounted code. So instead of paying, I don't know, $12 a month, you can pay $6 a month. Maybe, I'm not so sure about that. My point is, I don't want you to purchase because I'm telling you to purchase a subscription. No, I'm just telling you there is an option in order to avoid the question, why my kid cannot access all the books, or why my kid cannot access Epic after 3 p.m. So there's a solution for that, but after all, it's a business, so they need to make their own money one way or another. I will use Epic with them almost during all our units in order to have a bigger variety of research, not only the textbooks and the printout and the handouts that we have. So in general, kiddos are reading Epic with me in class, but if you want more, especially after 3 o'clock and during the weekend, and to access all different types of books, then yes, you will have to get the subscription, unfortunately, or fortunately, it depends on you. Okay, right. One more thing that I would like to talk about, let's say, let me just clear the filter here. Okay. Now, I don't care about the age or reading level. I would like my books to have a quiz, okay? So, if I click here, it says only show books with quizzes at the end. If I click on the no, that means my books will not have a quiz at the end. What does that mean? So there's this book here. It's a National Geographic book. Am I right? Yes, it is. It's written here. National Geographic book, it's from 9 to 12. The level is Z, that's the highest level, and at the end there's a quiz. So if I go to the end of the book, here you go, and I can play the quiz. Basically, it shows how much I understood from the book. And usually what I do when I send a book to my kiddos to read through, I ask them to do the quiz and I give them a specific target. So you need to answer or score 90% out of the questions. So 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 if the book is very easy. So I do not accept 7, I do not accept 8. It is, in a way, a test for their knowledge, but at the same time, it's done in a more fun way because they get confetti and stickers and so on. All right, so more or less, this is what Epic is about. And to answer number 2, how can my child join? Basically, I'm going to make them an account. And later on, you go ahead and decide if you want to have a subscription or not. You don't have to, as I said. You are available to use Epic until 3 o'clock. You are available to use Epic whenever we have a holiday, like in this week holiday that we had in October. Epic doesn't close, so the kiddos can read anytime whenever they want. I don't recommend you doing an account before I invite them, because that means I won't be able as a teacher to invite them to read a book together with the class. For example, if you see this book here, if I want to assign it to the entire class to read together, I can just click here. So I can either select students or send it to the entire class. Most of the time I send it to the entire class so we can have a read aloud together, or a discussion, or a specific time to read. If you make an account to your kiddo alone, besides Epic, I'm not going to be able to track them. We won't be able to read together, and it's very limiting from the point of view of a classroom, okay? So let me make them the free account first. If you decide to make a subscription, that's your choice later on. But first, let me make them a free account. Now, to ask number 3, how can my child access it? They will have a PIN code. So together in class, they're going to learn how to access Epic first time together. by themselves and together as a class. And I will give them a PIN code made out of 4 digits. And this is basically the same code that I will use for all the other platforms. Anything else you can imagine. If we have a CISO account, when I create the password, I'll use the same PIN code. When we have a book creator account, the same thing, because I want to make life easier, not more complicated. Most of the time, it's the same PIN code that I've set from the beginning of the year. For example, my kiddos from last year in grade 1, now being grade 2, they're using the same PIN codes that I gave them last year. It's almost non-existent that I change a PIN code unless the kiddo keeps forgetting their PIN code, and eventually I'll make something very simple like 4 zeros or 4 ones or 4 twos in order for them to keep track of it. But later on, because I don't count on memory only, I'll make for them a bookmark with all the how to access platforms and PIN codes, also their passwords, to keep it with them. It's used as a bookmark, and they can use it also as a reminder. So just make sure to tell them to take care of everything I give them in school, especially if I tell them it's okay to take home. Because important things that we use most of the time, we keep them at school. All right. How long does my child spend on Epic? This is a very important question. I've seen lots of parents, they're not sure how much time we spent in general on when we are using digital platforms, but on Epic and specifically, I tell you this. It is recommended for a child to read per day 20 minutes per entire day. So at that age. So we're never going to spend only 20 minutes per class every class. It's not like that. If we read through Epic, we are very conscious about what book we're reading, how long we're reading. More or less, it's done in a sense that we read a little bit and then we discuss. We read a little bit and then we focus on grammar. We read a little bit and then we focus on vocabulary. So it's not a continuous looking towards the screen and that's it. No, it's done in a more conscious way that it helps the kid to take breaks from the screen, to do other things in the class, and then to come back to the screen. So there is no way during my lessons in any given day for a kid to spend an entire 45 minutes in front of a screen. Never. This never happened. It will never happen. It is a very divided time, so you've got nothing to worry about. But also, there's something I've used with my other kiddos from other classes. I created something 3 years ago, and I've decided to use it even this year with my second graders and now with my first graders, which is a reading log or a tracker. What is that? A reading log is something like this document that I will keep in school. Maybe I'll give them another one at home if the kiddos want to read at home as well. What they're going to write on it is the date of when they started a book. Let me show you the reading log. From here. So in the reading log, which is this one, they will write the date when they started a book, the starting time and the ending time, because I want to track also if they are reading more than 20 minutes per session, per sitting, or if it's less than 20 minutes. Most of my years using this reading log, I noticed that the kiddos during my lessons don't take more than 10-15 minutes maximum. Because we have other things to do during the lesson. It's not only a reading through on Epic. However, this becomes difficult to track once it goes home. So if you want your kiddo to continue reading, do so. I can send another copy at home. But try to also track how much time they are spending in front of the Chromebook, whether it is Epic, Seesaw, YouTube, anything else, because it's not only whatever we're doing in school that can affect them, it's also outside of school, and it will be a cumulative thing. So the date that they started the book, the starting time, the ending time, which I can estimate here how much time they spent actually reading, the book title and start page and end page. So they're going to write the book title here, page number, age range to see if they have chosen something very, very low or very, very hard, FMP level if it exists, and the quiz score. So this page, I will keep it with me in school. I can send another one at home. You can do whatever you want with it. It will be a great pleasure if you actually keep track with them. I have an example of my other kiddos doing this in class from other schools. So my kiddo here, they were keeping track. This is the beginning of the book, keeping track of all the details necessary before they start reading, and then after they start reading as well. So the reading track, I will be using it this year for sure. And that's it. Epic is a brilliant platform. I highly recommend you reading with your kiddos at home during the holidays. Make it like a bedtime story routine, a book club routine. There are many, many different ways you can use Epic in an amazingly creative way. Especially, let's say for example, your kiddo loves art. You can just click art and find different kind of videos, books. See, these are books, these are videos. I want to learn how to draw a cat, and I can find different kind of videos. I don't know, maybe there are also books. So it is a great place to filter. There are no books about that, but it's a great place to filter lots of different information that are kid friendly and suitable for kids. So take advantage of Epic since you have it for free, and I hope you'll have a great experience with it, because I've heard nothing but positive feedback about Epic from kiddos, parents, and other colleagues. So it's a great platform. Trust me, use it and abuse it, as they say. Bye.